Do you
Yeah.
think he should be paid like one of the highest receivers in the game?
Not the highest, not in that tier. There
Like
are
second
tiers.
tier?
I think he's in that second tier for sure, what he's been able to do. But look, when you look at what Amari Cooper was able to do this year in Dallas, this thing was tailored for him. So now, here we go. Everybody knows now when you walk on the field, you're the number one option for the Dallas Cowboys offense on the outside. How do you respond to that? When you see receivers get paid, it's a number of years. They don't jump to pay receivers early. No franchise does unless you're stupid, unless you hadn't seen this guy put in work and have the ability to carry that torch as a number one guy at least for 2 or 3 years before you make that decision. The Giants ain't give Odell Beckham $98 million because they liked him. They gave it to him because he was a highly productive and in the first tier of wide receivers. Amari Cooper has to work himself to that. He's wanting $18 to $20 million a year. I'm not giving him.
I like Amari Cooper, but I'm not giving him that.
I give him 15.
That's Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
That's Julio Jones.
I give him 15.
That's DeAndre Hopkins. That's those guys. But would I give Amari 15 a year? I'd give him 15 a year.
Yeah.
And by the way, getting back to Dak, I'm not sitting there saying, $33 million to throw that number out that you threw out there. But excuse me, if Russell Wilson gets $107 million in guarantees based on his resume and productivity, guess what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, all right, you're going to get a little bit less. And the fact that you gave Carson Wentz the same amount of guaranteed dollars vexes me because he doesn't deserve that.
Dak is a $20 to $25 million a year player if you're a smart franchise. He probably gets paid more than that because I don't think the Cowboys are very smart with the way they do this all the time, although they've gotten smarter. Amari Cooper, I'll tell you why I would pay him. I think his upside is end of the first tier. Like, he's never going to be better than Odell or Antonio Brown or Julio Jones. But I think he might be like the last guy you'll mention in that first tier of guys. I think that's his upside. He's 25 years old. And did you hear how he just sounded on this show?
Absolutely.
Not a distraction.
I love it. I love it. But I'm so glad both of you guys are not in the damn front office. Because if you pay Amari Cooper that kind of money, all right, let's talk about what franchises need to do in order to win games.
Can't
right?
overpay receivers.
You can't do it. Here's the deal. If you don't have a record-breaking, game-changing guy at that position, you don't even have a conversation about them being close to $20 million a year. Julian Edelman could have left New England and probably got paid upwards to $15 to $16 million a year based on how many Super Bowls he's been a part of and his production. You know what they paid him? A 2-year, $10 million contract, right? And Julian Edelman said, I want to win, because the things that I'm going to make outside of football will probably compensate me for what I did here in New England.
Yeah, but I want you to make sure you understand what you're saying. Because here's the deal. We're not sitting here talking about, at least I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not sitting here and tell you if I am a front office executive, I'm just going to throw $33 million in Dak Prescott's directions. What I'm saying to you is I'm a pundit and a commentator and a reporter who's talking about what other dudes who's supposed to be on his level are making. And I'm saying to you, based off of that, this is what he deserves because of what we're seeing. None of them would have got that. That's what I'm saying.
Bill, let me say
none of them would have. I should say none of Russell Wilson. I'd have gave him that contract. I'd have gave Russell Wilson that contract.
Quick, Marcus. Let me
Aaron Rodgers get what the hell he wants. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Not everyone's Bill Belichick. In fact,
Right.
no one else is Bill Belichick, right? Who can win without a real number one receiver, everything. I'll say this. If you have a number one receiver, you have a franchise quarterback, I think Dak is that. You have a franchise running back, obviously that's Ezekiel Elliott. You have an offensive line, you have a defense. Not every guy who's the best receiver on the team is a true number one receiver. Amari Cooper is a true number one receiver. You don't want to lose that. He is one of the triplets, if you consider Dak, Zeke, Amari Cooper, that's going to put these guys in a position to win a Super Bowl. You said 15. So the elite only gets like 16.
So, Max, let's go with, how much did they just give DeMarcus Lawrence? $100 million?
I don't remember what the guaranteed money was.
The guarantee was upwards of 60, I think, 70. All right. So you just paid your defensive stalwart.
Got to.
We're talking about paying Dak. Zeke is up after next year. All right. So at what point what guy are you going to identify and say, I know what he's worth, but I can't pay him that much. But if I don't pay him something, we're going to lose value as a team and not be able to win games.
That's why I'm not giving Dak more than 25.
But now I'm with Stephen A. on that. I'm not going to subject Dak to taking less to pay Amari Cooper. I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to pay my 25-year-old number one wideout. He's going to get paid. My running back's going to get paid like what the market says.
But your quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys and that drama soap opera of a franchise where this man has been a model of consistency, dependability, professionalism, and oh, by the way, is winning double the amount of games that he has lost. That dude needs to take a step back.
Let me take a page from Molly's book.
Crazy.
Let me take a page from Molly's book real quick. And I can't believe I'm saying this. I always want the players to get all the money. Russell Wilson insisted on getting paid. In fact, that cost them maybe a little bit of elite dynasty years toward the end. Tom Brady has consistently reworked his deal, so he gets paid well, he gets more years, but he helps them with the cap. If Dak takes that approach, he can be part of an ongoing, sustained, excellent franchise.
Stop right there. You did that before. You did that before when you did it with Kobe Bryant. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If you are a franchise that hasn't proven you know what the hell you're doing, why should I compromise my money? Now, I will. Listen, I will compromise it if you come to me, ask me to restructure, take a pay cut or whatever. But I'm going to get the money first. And then I'll make the decision based on your
We need a commercial.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.